In the land of Mesopotamia, where the rivers Tigris and Euphrates birthed some of the earliest civilizations, a king was born who would forever change the world. Hammurabi, the sixth king of the First Babylonian Dynasty, ascended to the throne in 1792 BC, a time when the region was divided into competing city-states. Babylon, though a prosperous city, was fragmented and in need of unification. But Hammurabi's vision was greater than mere conquest. He dreamed of a kingdom where order and justice prevailed, not just through war, but through the establishment of clear, accessible laws. Hammurabi was not content with the power gained through battle alone. He understood that true strength lay in creating a foundation of law that would guide his people for generations. In a time when laws were orally passed down and often applied inconsistently, Hammurabi sought to bring about a revolution. His vision was clear: to create a set of laws that were written down, public, and enforced, ensuring that all people, from the lowest peasant to the highest noble, could understand and follow them. To achieve this, Hammurabi assembled scholars, priests, and scribes. He consulted with the gods, seeking divine guidance for the creation of his code, which would go on to become one of the earliest and most complete legal systems ever devised. His laws were carved onto a towering stone stele, which would serve as a monument to his rule. The Code of Hammurabi consisted of 282 laws, covering everything from family matters to trade, and from property disputes to criminal punishments. Each law was clear and specific, designed to provide justice by making the rules of society transparent. The famous eye for an eye principle, often misunderstood as mere vengeance, was in fact meant to ensure that punishments were proportional to the crime, maintaining balance and preventing excessive retribution. The laws took into account the social hierarchy of Babylon, with punishments varying depending on the status of the individuals involved. For instance, if a nobleman caused harm to a commoner, the punishment was different than if a commoner harmed a nobleman. This wasn't favoritism, but a reflection of the societal structure at the time. One of Hammurabi's key goals was to protect the weak. His laws established protections for women, children, and slaves, groups that were often vulnerable in ancient societies. In a time when women had few rights, Hammurabi's code granted them protections in marriage and divorce, and children were given rights to inheritance. The code also regulated wages, ensuring that workers were paid fairly for their labor, and it created a framework for resolving disputes in a structured, predictable manner. Once the laws were inscribed, Hammurabi ensured that they were publicly displayed. A giant stele was erected in the heart of Babylon, where all could see it. This was a radical move. The law was no longer something that could be manipulated by rulers or ignored by the powerful. It was there for everyone to see, a promise that justice would be applied equally. The stele's placement in a public space symbolized Hammurabi's commitment to transparency and fairness. Public readings of the laws ensured that the people understood their rights and responsibilities. Though harsh by modern standards, the code was revolutionary for its time. It brought structure to a chaotic world where justice had often been arbitrary. The clarity of the laws meant that people could no longer claim ignorance when they broke the rules. Hammurabi's code also served as a deterrent to crime, for people knew that the consequences of their actions would be clearly defined and enforced. Hammurabi ruled for over 40 years, and his empire expanded significantly during his reign. But it was the laws he left behind that would become his true legacy. Even after his death in 1750 BC, his influence did not fade. The principles of Hammurabi's code would go on to inspire future legal systems, including those of ancient Rome and, later, the legal frameworks of Europe and beyond. His idea that laws should be written, made public, and accessible to all became a cornerstone of modern legal systems. The Code of Hammurabi stands today as a testament to the enduring power of law. Though its methods may seem harsh by today's standards, the ideas behind it were groundbreaking. Hammurabi sought not just to govern, but to create a system where justice was clear, consistent, and public. His laws brought order to a fractured kingdom and laid the foundation for future societies. Through his code, Hammurabi demonstrated that law is more than just a tool for rulers to maintain power. It is a tool for shaping societies, for ensuring fairness, and for building lasting peace. His legacy lives on, not just in the stone tablets that bear his laws, but in the very systems of justice that continue to guide societies today. Hammurabi's story reminds us that the quest for justice is timeless, and that the power of law, when applied with fairness and clarity, can change the course of history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this historical tale, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Trendy Tale for more amazing stories from the past. And be sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.